What is up, legends? We are back, and we're going to talk about a few things today. Going right in. Again, I want to thank everybody. Everybody's been like flooding me with stuff. Like since this game has started, I get hundreds of DMs every day, and 80% of those DMs is, "Dude, I'm stuck." So we're going to talk about that, and why that is, and ways to get out of it. There's ways to get out of being stuck. You're not just stuck forever, but you have to actually properly start playing the game majority of the time if you're stuck, and that's usually what's happening. Now granted, me saying that doesn't mean that you're not good at the game. People misconstrue that. When I say you have to start properly playing the game, that means you have to start adhering to what the game originally wanted us to do. For the most part, everybody like tries to skip ahead, and even I tried to skip ahead to when I had Monster Hunter Ken. I just rode Monster Hunter Ken for as long as I could and just did content, and then you just end up to a point where you're like too strong for where you're at. And what I did is I just stopped. Like, you see where I'm at right now. I've been literally in 21. Like, if you look at the videos, I've been in 21 for like a week, basically. Not because I couldn't do it. It's because I was making my team catch up and being built and being able to handle future content so I don't end up stuck. And there's a reason for that. And they have a saying, insanity is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome every time. And what I mean by that is we've been doing gacha and idle games for a long time, and the pay to win trap is always finding a way to skip ahead and then thinking that because you skipped ahead and you got a better idle, that's going to make you not be stuck. That's not how it works. I see people saying that a lot, but that's not how gacha and that's not how idle games work. So with that said, first let's talk about Budo battle. A Budo battle, essentially what you can do with this is, the battle countdown. So I'm just picking Bison just to let you guys know. I don't like the stuff in here. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is too expensive for this bet. All right, now I did it once before I actually analyzed it, and then I was sad. This is way too much for this. There's been times where we can actually buy these in the store and it was cheaper than what this is. I don't think anybody balanced this, and they just put it there and just said, hey, it's not worth $2 million. It's just not. And this, on the other hand, is interesting, and I think this is worth it, so I'm betting on that. And it's gonna be Bison because they got literally two healers. I don't know what Ryu is supposed to be doing in this fight besides dying. And then Combat Guy is not going to get a chance to do anything because who's tanking in this? Ryu with Fei Long and Ken in the same team with their synergy along with Bison? And then Shields on bruh, if they lose, I'm calling it fake. like that don't make any sense. So this is my first time logging on for the day, so let's just see. Exchange shop closes. Okay. Well, claim. And we got a free Monster Hunter Ken, but that's Budo battle. In my opinion, like I'm picking the fourth one. If we being real, I'm picking the fourth one. I just am. Why is it still here? Oh, I just have to fine. Whatever. I just had to click on it. So the next thing up is when you go into your content, here's the thing, and what I think, I explained this before about what makes people stuck in games, and like I never knew so many people didn't really know why you get stuck in games like this and the math behind it. It's really all math. I'm reiterating that it's all math. And what you have to do is you have to take away the computer's options. The more and more you allow the computer to scale up on you, the more and more you take away your options. Now, real quick, I use Makoto as an example. What is happening in these games, and the reason why you end up stuck, is you start to end up making the math be so much on the computer side that it doesn't matter if you stun. The computer basically is going to have twice the offense to your defense on the scaling, which basically means that when you have a certain amount of offense, say like I believe it's 3-1 in this game. Since I last said that 3-1 thing, people actually did the math, and it is 3-1. When the offense is 3-1, like you see, if I'm attacking somebody right now who has 10k on the look on the bottom right here, I want to make sure people understand what's going on right now. I'm giving you the math of these games. If I attack somebody right now who's at 10k defense with my 4, I'm actually in the attack bonus, because now their defense doesn't basically mean anything. You get extra damage. So if I'm fighting somebody like at level like this and they have that, that means this Makoto is going to basically do 50% more, if that makes sense, because it's 3-1 and I'm actually having 1 more. So that basically, that's around 50% basically. So she's going to be doing 50% more. Actually, no. 33%. I'm sorry. Bad math. 33% more overall on damage. So you just add the 33% on top of your normal 100% damage. You do that. What's happening when you're fighting stuff that's scaled up is now there, instead of you like this 4k, this 40k right here, their defense is probably 40k. That means I no longer have the offensive advantage anymore. Like it's almost as if I'm doing nothing. That's when you hit something, even with all your stats, you're seeing you're basically doing like 1k when you used to be doing like 100, maybe even 1 million damage, and you're doing like 1k. You're like, what the hell? That's the reason why. It's math at the end of the day. So what people try to do, a lot of times you see it a lot in games, is they get cute. They try to find ways to skip ahead, and they say it's a show of skill. No, it's a show of you basically falling into the pay to win trap, and you're gonna be sitting there stuck for a month. That's what it's a show of. Like, good job that you jumped ahead like that, but now your team is trash and you can't do nothing. So did you really play the game correctly? No, you didn't. Like you just skipped ahead, and I'm like, congrats, you found a way to cheese, but that's not actually playing the game correctly. Playing the game correctly is actually homegrown in your characters and building your team properly. And what you need to do is you need to pay attention to that and do it on accordingly. So I built my Makoto. Makoto's fine. Like, I really don't need to do much else besides start putting the lightning gear on her when I get the lightning gear, and change out the gear and put these gear pieces on other people like that match. Like maybe I'll put this ring on Sea Viper and put this chest piece on Bison. I don't think they can. It's according to whatever the tech is. Like if it's tech, strength, or power, stuff like that. But it's better than using yellow gear for that most part. You start working on your secondary character. Now this is actually secondary. Like I'm really not trying with Mad Ryu anymore, because he just fell off. He's very good early game. He's good up until chapter 16. After chapter 16, with the way that he hurts himself, he's not good anymore. It's better to replace him with Guile, Sea Viper. If you have Gen or Jury, even Chun-Li, like anybody. Basically, after chapter 16, Mad Ryu just should be benched and use him for his assist, because his assist is like really nice. So. And just so you know what I'm talking about, the assist takes effect to the fighter in the assist position while assisting fire HP is below 50%. They receive 20% of the fighter's attack. Of course, they have to be hurt, but it's still good. And if you put resources into that character, which is the next topic, then you're gonna want to still have some type of worth out of the character. Now, what the game initially does is it's going to force you to change out of your team. You can't use the same team all the time. You need to be flexible. But the problem in this game is there's not enough resources to be that flexible. So what you have to start doing is start using stopgap characters who don't necessarily need that much resources to be useful. The two main characters in the game right now that are like that is, they're literally sitting right next to each other right now, by the way, is B. Zangief. B. Zangief doesn't need as much, what's the word? It's not dedication, but we'll use that for right now because I can't remember the word. Investment, that's the better word. He doesn't need as much investment. And Bison doesn't need as much investment to do what he needs to do. He's just broken in God tier anyway. So, and B. Zan, for the most part, he doesn't have very good scaling. He you see, like when he gets hit is lame. When his damage is lame. He's literally just there for his 2. is 2. He just is supposed to whirlwind and suck people in, and then look at you and say, "Why I'm not built properly." That's literally what he's supposed to say. And you could do content and stuff like that, but essentially, what I'm trying to get at is that you can use these two as stopgaps, because you're not going to basically be in the position unless you actually are spending money. I'm talking to the free to play and casual, which is 90% of this game, by the way. You're not going to basically be able to just be like, "Oh, well, I can't use Mad Ryu anymore. I need to make a new carry." Like, you can't just do that. That's actually expensive. Like me personally, I want to get him up out of here, to be honest with you, but I can't just do that. You need breakstones. You need breakstones for your you'll see I'm at 220 on 2 characters right now. I need breakstones for the other 2 characters. You need gear, because you need to actually properly gear the character if it's a different element. I mean, a different class, like if it's power or something else, or tech or something. Like, it's really hard to just change out of your whatever you were using as a carry. And I find it a lot, because a lot of messages I'm getting right now, "Well, Mad Ryu sucks. Like, what do I do?" Because everybody said use Mad Ryu, which a lot of the community did say use Mad Ryu, and I did have a video showing using Mad Ryu to cheese, and obviously I'm doing it, but now, like, he's like at chapter 21, he's like just dying basically because he's doing damage, and that's not helping. You need people to be out there and actually living. And part of the problem now, a few things that's leading to a lot of people be frustrated and stuck, is that a lot of people carried with Mad Ryu, and if you skipped ahead and at the point right now where stuff is like 3 to 4 times your strength, and then you have Mad Ryu who fell off like at chapter 15, like, you're gonna be in trouble at that point, because Mad Ryu is just gonna be a non-factor in the fight. And great, you got Bison and Zangief like holding stuff down for a little bit, but you got nothing else to help you. So to actually fix that, what I'm suggesting is start focusing on your dupes and making sure that you have characters that are in the free ride state. And what I mean by free ride is characters that no longer need a bunch of resources to be duped. And that's usually the characters who are at SS. What they need to be duped now is themselves, basically. You have to actually just use like two A characters, turn them into A+, and then you can dupe them. The stars is not that big of a bump. So in my opinion, let me get this out of here. As you can see, in my opinion, once you get to this point, it's like a downhill slope type of effect, because all you really need is this. Now, me personally, what I did is I focused solely on summoning and getting dupes to getting that getting that event done, the global event, and I did not buy gear. I know a lot of people were saying, "Hey, you buy red gear and stuff like this." You see, I only have one character with red gear and stuff like that. I didn't do that. I just literally focused all on dupes, because you get more power out of dupes. You just do. You literally get more power of your team out of dupes than you do out of buying red gear. Red gear will get you more power eventually down the line and everything else like this, because you got to build it and stuff like that. But the bang for your buck is properly using your dupes and building your teams and getting yourself to this particular point right here, where you have characters at SSS and they don't really need much dupes and stuff like this. Then you can turn around and start focusing on red gear, because you already have them at this point. It's just kind of like a focus to help you out. Did the same thing in China. It's a little bit different, but it did the same stuff. And it's one of the reasons why I'm like substantial, like in my Chinese account, like people say all the time, there's people who come in, you're like 3 times stronger than them. It's because the characters are like, my account is built. I built the account and the characters more so than I built on the gear. So now I just do raw damage, basically. And I'm repeating that same thing over here on global, to the point where I won't get stuck the same way I don't get stuck in China, because when you do that, you just end up bored. So I'll give you an example of that. I don't want this to be too much more longer, because we got through all the points that I wanted to actually make in this video. When your team is built and you can actually take a hit, when you start pushing ahead further, you're at a higher power, basically, because now you have a tank that can actually take a hit. By the way, you have a DPS that don't faint and die. You have support that doesn't fade and die, and in particular with Elena, the more HP Elena has, the higher she heals. So you should definitely, like, if you're using Elena, you should be having that as a focus to get her gear, her HP as high as possible, and she start god tier here and healing that you could never actually die. It's so crazy how much healing you like. I think people if you guys remember when Elena was actually fighting the world boss by herself and not dying, like she literally lasted a minute. And I almost lasted an entire timer, and she took out 1 million damage on the world boss by herself. Basically, she's the same character in this game, by the way. You just have to actually put the HP on because that gives her more health, that gives her a higher heal, and then a higher heal over time. And again, you have to homegrown. You have to build the characters. And I think what's getting lost is that the pace and the pacing of this game is off. Granted, there's only 40 chapters or 40 stages in this game, and the majority of the community has already done half of it, and it's not a month yet. That's problematic, because what are we supposed to do next month? Like, there's only chapter 50 or stage 50 in China right now. It don't go any higher than that. Like, you see the problem with that? The pacing is just off. Like, we did not move this fast in China, and they didn't move this fast in Taiwan either, because I played Taiwan in the beginning. And I can actually see it now because I went ahead and messed around with it just to see if it's different. Then it's not. then global is not. The store is slightly different, but it's not. So it is really, it's tough because I get so many people who are stuck now, and it's like, dude, I don't know what to do. And majority of the people had Mad Ryu, so they got to get out of changing Mad Ryu. My suggestion was to get Guile, start getting Sea Viper up and stuff like this. But then they're like, I don't got resources, in the same way I don't have resources to just build the character and stuff like that. So all that's problematic right now. But if you just kind of listen to what I'm saying and start building your entire team, basically, instead of worrying about jumping ahead in content, you will actually be better off. Trust me. Like, I've literally done it for 2 years. You'll be better off when you get stuck. Like, you'll be able to figure out a way through it and not be stuck for 2 weeks, basically, because a lot of people are going to be stuck for 2-3 weeks now. And you know what happens when people do that? They quit. Because they're going to be like, I don't have enough resources. This game sucks. Like, how am I supposed to dupe my characters? I can't do any stages anymore because I can't actually complete any of the content. The events suck because they don't give me enough to actually even make one character. And it's because you went too far and didn't build your team. If you progress normally, I'm not trying to tell people how to play their game, but I'm also trying to tell you how to not end up in that position where you have to spend. That is your only option at that point. You have to spend, or you gotta wait a month. And 9 times out of 10, the person's gonna quit because they're not gonna spend, because they're gonna be like, I'm just gonna be trapped in this all over again. And yes, you will be trapped in that all over again, because that is the pay to win trap. That's how you get trapped. That's how these games get you. They are designed to say, hey, if you figure it out, hey, great, you got up to like stage 30 with like 20, like say I got to stage 30 with this power. The game would be like, you got a 4 million power team at stage 30 when you're supposed to be at 8 million. Grats. Here's your idol. Have fun sitting there for a month. Does it really matter that you got a good idol? Like, no. Like, so when people say that, no, you don't get a gold star for that. You get what you get is wait for a month. That's what you get. And basically build your team now properly. Or you can wait, or like you'll just basically do like, maybe you'll get something a little bit stronger. Maybe you get B-Zan up to SSS and then pull out another 2 or 3 stages. Grats. Wait another month. That's not the proper way to play this game. Like, it's just not. I'm just trying to help you guys out. I see a lot of people doing that. And I see a lot of people DMing me talking about they stuck, talking about they on chapter 27, and I look at their teams, and their teams are weaker than me. I love how this game just cuts the music like that. And I don't do it on purpose. Bro, when I saw something with the person, I was like, the guy was like, dude, you're stronger than me, And I'm looking at his team. He got that, as usual, got the Bison, B-San, and Cody that people be using the cheese. And he's like, and then he showed me a video. He showed me a video. He said I could use him as an example too, but I'm not gonna do it because I don't want people like disrespecting him. That's mean. Because y'all gonna be mean. I know y'all gonna be mean. But he showed me a video. I laughed like he ran out there. And I kid you not. He did the combo. He had Abel, Bison, Cody, and B-Zan. He did the combo. And as soon as the computer got one hit, they all fell like dominoes. And he's like, dude, what am I supposed to do? Like, I got the timing down, and he was doing the timer, but he was just getting hit once and it was over. Like, do y'all really? That's fun? I don't think that's fun. I don't think that's fun or show his skill at all. That's like nightmare fuel. I don't think that's fun at all. You don't hardly get to have any fun, and you're doing the same thing over and over again. That is boring. It is not fun. It is not fun. I like being able to switch out my characters. Like if I want to bring in Bison or something like that. If I want to bring in Combat Guile or something like that. I enjoy stuff like that. Being able to change, not be stuck using the same team for like 20 stages. Absolutely not. Please, community, please build your teams so you can properly take down this content and actually take a hit and not be stuck and I not get 100 DMs a week. Because for real, every day I'm at 99 DMs. I kid you not. 99 DMs. And like I told you guys, 80 to 85% to 90% of it is people stuck trying to figure out how to get builds, asking me for team advice. Should they start over? And when somebody says, should I start over? I feel like I brick my account. That breaks my heart, yo. Especially when they spent money. When they spent money talking about should I start over, I don't feel like that. I feel like I messed up. My dupes suck. Like I wasted dupes and stuff like that breaks my heart. Like dog, because that's money. You don't get that back, and you can't keep in this day and age. As people are finding out in this game, you can't keep refunding because companies and Google Play and banks are gonna be like, nah, you did that too many times, dog. So let's just do it right from the start. So hopefully this helps people out. And as far as building your teams, concentrate on dupes because dupes give you more power at a cheaper rate than buying gear. It's a bit of a build and you have to actually do it properly. When it comes to events, break stones, break stones, break stones. That is the most important thing. Every time an event comes up that gives break stones, that should be the first thing you buy out immediately. Break stones, yo. After that, start worrying about getting your gear items up, like anything that gives you accessory charms that you can level up your gear. Bam, knock that out. Then you worry about dupes. Then you worry about if they put a special character out there. Then you worry about all the other stuff. You don't really money, like the money is relatively easy. But breakstones and accessories should be the number one thing that you always go for, no matter what, every single time. And trust me, you'll be in a lot better position. You'll have a higher level on your characters, be able to take on stuff, like even if it's a little bit higher than you. And just try it out. That's all I'm asking you guys. Just try it out. Try building your teams and watch. You'll be stuck a lot less. And you'll go a little bit further. Trust me. Scion been doing this 15 years, dog. Like it ain't just me making it up. 15 years, dog. 1-5. 15 years in gacha, and it always works when you organically build everything. The computer can't fight you when you got if you got strong units everywhere. You just take away the computer's advantage. So I'll catch you guys next video. Like and subscribe, be legendary, all that good stuff. And everybody who's stuck, I feel you. I'm heartbroken for you, especially the Mad Ryu users. And that's the problem when something becomes meta, and too many people do it, and I'm guilty of it too, that when it falls off, it causes a problem. So initially what you should probably do is diversify and not just do that. Don't just meta, because meta stops eventually one day. Peace. Thank you, Legends, for getting to the end of the video. We do 3 to 4 videos every day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be first in notification squad. I love everybody who stops by, and I will see you next video. Peace.